As we approach the end of Ramadan, we approach Eid, which is a celebration and a well-deserved one. Our celebration of Eid is a good occasion for us to reflect on the idea of celebration itself. The word, which comes from the Latin word celebrare, means to honor something or sing its praises, but it can also mean to gather around something, as it's connected to the idea of a place being crowded and habitually visited. In Eid, friends and families come together to gather around the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They celebrate the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made them witness the entire month of Ramadan and worship Him in it, but they also remind themselves that it's only by the leave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they are allowed to eat and drink and enjoy the pleasures of this world. What we celebrate thus in Eid is not our own achievement, but Allah's mercy. This is that which brings us together. Eid reminds us of what is worthy of celebration in this life. As we are accustomed to celebrate our own achievements, which is not a bad thing in itself, we also need to remind ourselves when celebrating those that what we are celebrating in reality is Allah's mercy. There's no problem with celebrating achievement and success, but the problem becomes when one thinks that what they are celebrating is something that they own, something that they earned themselves, something that belongs to them. The problem becomes when one thinks or falls under the illusion of thinking that they were entitled to a certain success. And this is obviously false, because anything that we have achieved has only been facilitated by Him. So as we celebrate, or rather as we consciously celebrate, let us ask ourselves what we celebrate, who we celebrate, and why we celebrate it. And then ask ourselves whether these things are worthy of being honored, being praised, and being that which brings us together. And if this is not the case, then let us have a conscious Eid in which our celebration reminds us of what is worthy of celebration in this life and what is not worthy of celebration in this life, and then setting our priorities accordingly.